Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in India we have overall 21 IIMs, and out of this 21 IIMs there are 4 IIMs. Along with the IIM cap admission process we need to apply separately, and about this 4 IIMs only we are going to discuss with this single video. So coming to the very first institute, Indian Institute of Management Rohtak. So IIM Rohtak offers you a 2-year postgraduate program. So it is its flagship program, and the last date of application for the Indian Institute of Management Rohtak is 5th January 2025, and the overall application fees is nearly 3000 rupees. And on this basis you will receive the call for the personal interview. Then after your personal interview there are various factors that are considered, like your CAT score, your personal interview score, your academic background, work experience, gender diversity, and on the basis of these various factors the finally selected list of candidates is done. Indian Institute of Management Rohtak do not have the sectional cutoff. If we consider the overall cutoff category wise for the batch of 2024-2026 for the Indian Institute of Management Rohtak, then for the general category those was 96 percentile, for EWS 92, for NCOBC 82, for SC category 60 percentile, and for ST category 50 percentile. And on the basis of these figures we can expect this cutoff for the CAT 2024 score. Now, if we consider the final selection in the Indian Institute of Management Rohtak, then in that 60% weightage is given to your CAT score, 20% weightage is given to the personal interview, and 20% weightage is given to the academic and gender diversity. And on the basis of this, the finally selected list of candidates is done. So basically this is about the Indian Institute of Management Rohtak. So if you have this much percentile category wise, you can apply for the Indian Institute of Management Rohtak before 5th January 2025. Then next IIM is Indian Institute of Management Visakhapatnam. So for IIM Visakhapatnam also you need to apply separately. The last date is 8 to be announced, and the fees ranges nearly up to 1000 rupees for the IIM Visakhapatnam. And on this basis you will receive the call for the personal interview, and then the multiple factors are considered and the finally selected list of candidates is done. So here if we consider the minimum CAT percentile required for the first shortlist for the batch of 2024-2026, that is for the CAT 2023 score for the Indian Institute of Management Visakhapatnam. So for the general category it is 70 percentile for all the 3 sections, and overall it is 80 percentile. For EWS and NCOBC 63 percentile in all the 3 sections, and overall it is 72 percentile. For SC 40 percentile in the VRC, DLR and quantitative ability, and overall it is 45 percentile. For ST and PWD it is 30 percentile in all the 3 sections, and overall it is 35 percentile. And on the basis of these figures we can expect these figures for the CAT 2024 expected cutoff for the Indian Institute of Management Visakhapatnam. Then if we consider the first shortlist for the IIM Visakhapatnam, then along with the CAT score there are multiple factors that are considered, like your CAT score will have 50% weightage, then your 10th, 12th, graduation, gender diversity and work experience will have 10% weightage each, and on the basis of this the first shortlist for the Indian Institute of Management Visakhapatnam is released. And if we consider the final selection for the Indian Institute of Management Visakhapatnam, then in the final selection 48% weightage is given to your personal interview score, 25% weightage is given to your CAT score, then your 10th score will have 4% weightage similar to your 12th and bachelor's, then gender diversity will have 5% weightage, and your work experience will have 10% weightage. And on the basis of this the finally selected list of candidates is done for the Indian Institute of Management Visakhapatnam. Then coming to the next IIM, Indian Institute of Management Mumbai. So the last date of application for the IIM Mumbai is 31st January 2025, and the overall application fees is nearly up to 2000 rupees. So here if we consider the minimum CAT percentile required category wise with the CAT 2023 score for the batch of 2024-2026, then it was 80 percentile with the VRC, DLR, 75 percentile with the quantitative ability, and overall 85 percentile for the general category. For NCOBC and for EWS it is 70 percentile for the VRC, 65 with the DLR and quantitative ability, and overall it is 75. Then for SC it is 65 with the VRC, 60 with the DLR and quantitative ability, and overall it is 70. Then for ST, it is 55 for the VRC, DRR and quantitative ability section, and overall it is 65 percentile. And for the PWD, it is 45 percentile in all the 3 sections, and overall it is 55 percentile. So basically these are the figures for the last year, and on the basis of these figures, we can expect these figures for the CAT 2024 expected for the Indian Institute of Management for the CAT 2024 score. Now, if we consider on this basis, you will receive the call for the personal interview. Then if we consider the finally selection list of candidates which is done, so in that there are various factors that are considered. So in that your 10th score will have some rating, like if your score ranges in between 80 to 90, it will have 8 points. Then if your score is above 90, means if your 10th score is above 90%, so at that time there are 10 points. In the similar way, whatever your score for the 10th, in that way you can calculate your rating score. In the similar way, there is the score for your 12th according to your stream. Like for there is different for the science, commerce, arts and humanities. Like if we consider, if you have above 90% for the science stream and commerce stream, you will have 10 points. And if you have above 85%, you will have 10 points. In the similar way, you can calculate your score for the 12 according to your stream. Then for the bachelor's degree also, there is the rating score. Like if you have above 70% in your bachelor's, there are 10 rating score. In the similar way, you can calculate it for your graduation. For the CA, CS, ICWA, FI, AI candidates, if you have above 63%, there is 10 rating score. In the similar way, you can calculate for the other. Then if you have all engineering, technology, architecture, science other than medicine and any other discipline not mentioned in other tables, so this is the table you can use to calculate your rating score. Then for the arts, humanities, design, education, fashion, law and rural studies, this is the table you can use to calculate your rating score. This is the rating score for the work experience. Here multiplication factor is 0.20. Like if you have about 36 months, there is 5 as a rating score. Then if it ranges in between 12 to 36 months, you can use this formula and calculate your rating score for the work experience. So here if we consider the final selection, in that 55% weightage will be given to your CAT score, 20% weightage will be given to your personal interview, then your academic performance and work experience will have 20% weightage, and 5% weightage is given to the gender diversity. And on this basis, the finally selected list of candidates is done for the Indian Institute of Management, Mumbai. Then coming to the next institute, Indian Institute of Management, Amritsar. So for the IIM Amritsar also, you need to apply separately. So here, if we consider the CAT 2024 expected IIM Amritsar sectional qualifying cutoff on the basis of the last year figures. So for the general and EWS category, we can expect it 75 percentile with the VRC and DILR and 80 percentile in the quantitative ability section. For NCOBC, we can expect it 60 percentile for the VRC and DILR and 65 percentile in the quantitative ability section. For SC category, 50 percentile in the VRC, DILR and 55 percentile in the quantitative ability section. For ST and DAP, 35 percentile in all the 3 sections. And if we consider the expected overall cutoff, for general category and EWS category 88 percentile, for OBC 78, for SC category 55 percentile, for ST category 40 and for PWD 40 percentile. So if you have this much percentile, you can expect the call from the Indian Institute of Management, Amritsar. So this is all about these 4 IIMs which you need to apply separately. If you have any doubts, any queries in this, you can just let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching the video.